This is Justin AMZN on Pi Day. It is Thursday, March 14th, 2019, and happy Pi Day. Also, this is what happened in the market. Pretty sideways day. We did have a bit of a pullback that took out a couple lows from yesterday, and then had this indecisive candle that just rallied right into this line. And so switching back over to the daily, that's this one that just drew in with this new angle with the highs rather than this one that we, oops, not that one, this one that looked like we were holding pretty well and then broke out, retested, and we've been above it. Again, we haven't closed below it. We actually had a close just above it this day after we had this pullback. But anyway, we've had three very small candles in a row. Today's candle made a higher high, higher low. Looks somewhat like an inside candle, but it did actually make a new higher high, as you can see here. Once we hit that high, after this like 15-20 minutes of buying, that was it. That was the move today. Pulled back, went sideways, broke down below the 21, continued sideways, broke down a little more. There were a couple times to actually buy some of the options that had very similar prices along these lows. And I'll show you something interesting that I just noticed on the prices. So the price down here on the call was held a low of 4, so you could have been doing like 5 by 4 here, 5 by 4 here, 5 by 4 even here, and then again 5 by 4 over here. And as this one was starting to work, now obviously it didn't make it to 2R on that one, but the other ones did, and maybe more than that. As this one was actually working, starting to work, got above, so you would have had more than an R. You've been buying that time also. The price of the puts right here in this range, right in here, was $10. I love seeing this $10 price. So 10 by 9 would have been working here on puts, and that's when it actually started to roll over. So that would have been a nice gain on the puts today. And you could have been buying, like I said, you could have been doing 5 by 4 a few times in a row and gotten probably 2, 3, 4R each time. And then just this last time where it pulled back to here, it didn't work. So this is kind of the last chance for it to have any sort of pop, any sort of rally, and it did, and then it just completely rolled over. I mean, not completely. It put in a stair step, broke down, retested to that stair step, and then rolled down again. Put in a consolidation, kind of a triangle, broke down again, and then actually retested to that triangle and rolled over again. So there was a bunch of times after you had some signals in here where it was rolling over, and you really had a really nice big triangle here with an apex around this point, right around the 21 and the 5, right in here. If I zoom in on just the day here, let me see if I can draw it with the annotations. This is going to cooperate. Draw. Can I draw a line like this? There you go. That and that. There's the triangle. And then if I draw this one out a little bit more, we retested into this range, this downtrend, retested that, rolled down or rolled over, came back up to it. So we basically were holding this line of highs pretty well today. So anyway, that's the triangle. That's is what really didn't roll over, didn't break down tremendously quickly. Give you plenty of opportunities to get in, going bearish. And even some opportunities to get in bullish and even take a little bit of gain on this one as it stopped working. Then we ended up having a low, a close that was right on this low here, but actually, we did actually make a new low on the day here. So it'd be really interesting to see how that plays out tomorrow. We did end up kind of making a double top here rather than this really small 5-minute head and shoulders that I was seeing. This is a bigger double top. And so, we could totally pull back again to 1665 even tomorrow. We could just continue to bounce here. We are right back at, these highs. And so we could really rally from here tomorrow if we do continue the bullish momentum, continue the bullish move. We've continued to have um, the bullish momentum be intact on the squeeze, and the squeeze is probably nearing an end because it normally lasts like 8 to 10 bars. So right now we're at 9. So I'm not saying tomorrow is the last day of a move higher, but it's one that you don't want to necessarily be getting in now, looking for it to continue to push higher. Like this may be it for right now until it can build up a little bit more consolidation. If I take this line, let me see if I can duplicate this and then switch the points. That'll work. No, it's not going to work. Okay. Let me just draw them switched and see what we can do with that angle. So this is approximate. I'll move this lower. See now if I grab the lows here, I'm not really grabbing a good low over here. I guess possibly this. So obviously I'm ignoring a low here. I'm ignoring all of this, but it's just a really nice consolidation here to say, hey, maybe we have a lot more sideways to go. And I mean, this could literally be, how much more time is that? That could be into May. Look at that. That crisscrosses right at the May expiration. That would be for months doing this in a really small range in these no man's lands and just being range bound. Totally possible, if we did something like that. So I'm not crazy about that happening, but it could. And we could start to roll down or break out in May, which would be kind of like an early summer sort of move. So that's if it moves to the apex all the way through then. So I'll leave this on here for a little bit. We'll see if we do end up starting to roll back down, and if we push down below some of these levels, the 21, this uptrend here, and even, I mean, it even helps that this angle is very similar to the yellow line I just drew here. So let's just keep an eye on something like this and see, okay, can we have a bigger consolidation than what I was drawing originally? It does bode well for the whole stock because we had such a large move down through here. If we have a really long consolidation, that'd be a really nice accumulation or distribution, either one. And then we have a good public participation over here. So look for that in May if we continue to go sideways. Now, if we do break out tomorrow, then this idea is dead, which is fine. It'd be nice to see this move higher, make some new higher highs, make some new highs above these candles getting up into 1700s and actually holding up there and starting to really trap any more bears who are, shorting it up here. Really, we need to get into 1730s, probably get way up here, get a new close that we haven't had really in a number of months to show, okay, it's got the staying power, it's going to continue to move up, and to finally, once and for all, after all these months, just finally get going again. Because the last time we had a big move was from way down here up to here, and now we've been technically sideways for months, like 2-3 months, 2.5 months, right? I guess majority of the year, right? Oh no, mid-January. No, about 2 months. About 2 months being sideways. So definitely continue. But we will continue to track it and see what we're going to do. But look for these values. Let's see how we interact with the level we're at right now in the morning to see kind of which direction it looks like it's going to go. Look for small candles to take the move on a Friday and go in the direction. So that's what I'm really looking for, and set my stop appropriately, and hopefully making some big gains on a Friday, which would be nice if we can get something to go. So I'm going to start moving. So see if we can get a rally going, get an open up here, or see if we can kind of putz around and then start to roll over some more, something like that. Those are kind of the two ideas, but we'll see what the chart says tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed this video. This is just AMZN. Thanks.